Hello Libra, welcome to your reading for the 14th until the 21st of March 2026. And it's going to be general, so please take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. And let's welcome in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, Light Beings, Spirit Guides, our higher selves, and any animal, ancestral or dragon guides that you may be resonant with at the moment, Libra. Okay, so let's have a look here. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And Two of Wands. This looks like a new path, a new opportunity here for you, Libra. I'll just show you these and then we'll grab a couple more. Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. So something new is opening up for you, a new opportunity. And let's take the one off the top to go with that. We have the Judgment and the Two of Swords, which I think is sort of a bit like your energy, or the card has Libra in it, astrologically speaking. This is the awakening. And yeah. But we're going to talk about those two in a moment. First of all, I'm just going to grab a couple more here for the top to see what you are doing with this new path, or, you know, what you're doing, or your Queen of Wanding it, which is, you know, doing it your way. Or this could represent someone that you know that, you know, has an independent, creative, fiery sort of spirit that's around you at the moment. And here's the Nine of Cups as well. So this is emotional fulfillment. So it could be to do with this person here. Maybe there's something going on in your life, and, you know, maybe this person is connecting with you or not connecting with you. But this could also be about your emotional fulfillment that involves, or, you know, to some extent dependent upon your ability to do what you need to do for yourself and to express your creativity. So there's something about the energy of the Queen of Wands here, which is, you know, she's very creative, independent, expressive, okay? There's something about that energy that's going to help you with your Nine of Cups energy here. So this could be represented as a part of you that perhaps needs activating, or it's someone around you that has those qualities that maybe is going to influence you to activate those qualities within yourself. Okay. We forgot to grab two more cards for the bottom of the deck here. The bottom of the spread, sorry. The World, okay, and let's see what else is going to flip for you, Libra. Let's take the top one here, and the Priestess, which is the High Priestess equivalent of this deck. So this is the underlying kind of theme, and it's to do with you, Libra, listening to your intuition with regard to sort of feeling out where you are sort of fit within the world, within your world, okay? Perhaps going inwards to ascertain for yourself, what you want your world to look like, how you want to feel in that world, and the kinds of energies that you want to be bringing into that. A general overall direction is that there is an awakening going on, okay? And there may be times, Libra, where you feel that you are fighting against this process of awakening, or that perhaps at times it doesn't feel like an awakening to you. It feels more like a push-pull kind of energy. And the interesting thing is that that's generally a part of an awakening process. Awakening is a process of change. Okay, so there's going to be toing and froing of energies. there's going to be experiencing even extremes before things sort of come back into balance. Okay, before things even out and sort of it becomes smoother. So this could be saying that, to remind you also, Libra, that there's always two sides to the coin. There's always two sides. There's always maybe even two different choices that you can partake of. And with awakening, it's about choosing to, I guess, either to continually to oscillate or to find that medium ground between two things or two energies. This is a very broad, general direction. Okay, so it's talking about your awakening process, and I think about how you are going to respond to that. Okay, let's, or that it's your choice as to how you respond is what I'm trying to say there. I didn't quite say that correctly. Yeah, it's your choice and your decision as to how you respond to that process. So let's get some specific possible outcomes. 7 of Wands. So that's to do with boundaries, okay, which makes sense. You also have the Knight of Swords, which is you taking action on ideas, on, you know, communicating things, perhaps traveling a bit, expressing your ideas, and really, you know, this thing also that, you know, you have a right to do that. You have a right to express yourself. You know, and you have a right to be here, basically, as well, just as like everyone else. 5 of Wands. This is in the position of your challenge, okay? And the 5 of Wands is actually a challenge card. And you also have the Page of Wands. So, you know, even if you feel as though the 2 of Wands here, you know, just recently, this is perhaps a new type of path that you feel you need to embark on. You know, you may find it challenging to, I guess, even accept that perhaps there's something that you need to learn. Maybe there's something that you're kind of starting on the ground level at, which is Page of Wands, okay? You may also have difficulty or challenge in this idea of honing your skills, of perhaps needing to collaborate with others and bouncing off of other people. Okay, we're going to get spirit guidance on these energies as well. But the great thing about the challenge cards is they're always in potential. So this means for you, Libra, is that because this is the energy of fire, it's very transformative, which is kind of what you're looking to do here, I think, with your High Priestess. You are really sort of going within and being quite patient, okay? And I think, given that this is a new path, and it's a wand thing, it's fire, it's transformational, okay? You have 2 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So I think it's also saying that if you can allow your passion to take flight or to activate, these things can all become a reality. So you can move forward in ways that you want to move forward. But I think it might also be saying here that, you know, if you allow the energy of the mental, of the toing and froing, of the internal argument to kind of reign supreme, if, you know, then activating your fire or the transformational part of this new path could be more of a challenge for you. The interesting thing is here is that we've got the 7 of Wands. So this is the fire and here is that air again. Okay, so this is you defending your right to your passion, to your inspiration. And this is perhaps you kind of coming in with, you know, ideas and communicating. But, you know, the question is this fueled by passion or is this fueled by, you know, argument? You know, it's kind of, I think for you, Libra, it's going to be about a process of balancing passion with the intellect, if I can say that. You're a cardinal air sign, so you're not a stranger to coming up with ideas and to analysing things and to thinking things through. Okay, that would be your forte. But if that ability supersedes or overthrows or this thing about your passion, then it doesn't become so much of an ability. It becomes more of an obstacle or a hindrance to your path moving forward. Let's get some spirit guidance for Libra. Thanks. Okay, we have the World, which you do have here. So this is really about you, I think, finding your peace, that place where you feel that you can experience some freedom, some contentment, some security as well, okay? And just defending your right to be yourself, whatever that is. And that you are sort of creating this world of yours, as we all do. 10 of Swords. So Spirit's kind of saying that, yes, Libra, you're kind of a bit done and dusted with the overthinking, over-analysing. And I mean, if you have a job role that involves that kind of, those type of tasks, like analytical job role, the challenge for you, Libra, I think, is going to be that when you're doing your personal life, can you avoid doing that analytical stuff as much as possible? I mean, we do have to analyse stuff a little bit in life, don't we? But it's like, it's, yeah, so that your passion can come through. Now, I hear you say, what about if you're passionate about analysing? Well, I guess that's fine. As long as you, as long as you can experience, this is like 6 of Cups. And this is actually, which is like a happy, it is a happy, positive energy, but it's also talking about childhood. It can be talking about nostalgia, people from the past. The interesting thing is here with your spirit guidance, Libra, is that you also have the Wheel of Fortune, which is about a cycle, an old cycle wrapping up and a new cycle beginning. And I get that feeling with this Ace of, this is like, boom, the start of your reading. Ace, new path, new potential, new cycle. Okay, this is a new cycle. And guess what? It's also marked by these 2 pillars of 2 wands here, and here you're standing on the threshold of that new thing, that new path, way forward. And it's not a small thing, okay? This is it's probably, I could almost say like a major life change, major life transition, right? You have the World twice. So in this thing here of you going within to decide and to create the world that you want, and then to act upon that and create that in balance. Okay, Spirit's saying, yes, you can create your world. It's up to you. And it's really is going to be a balance of, balancing out this sword energy or the mind energy with the emotion. But also with the emotion, we have this passion energy with the fire coming through. The Wheel of Fortune, I think, is also it's a fire element card. Okay, so this is the wheels of kind of like karma, the wheels of was a wheel of transformation, really, because in some ways the only constant in life is change. Because if you think about it, nothing really stays the same. We think that it does, but in some ways, we could identify maybe a handful of things that don't change ever, but, we can't help but change because we're human beings, we're malleable, we have consciousness, and, everything's changing, changing around us, and we are impacted by that, and we're going to change and adapt as needs be. But this is about you, Libra, I think, adapting and changing as needs be. Because at the moment, as we know, there's a lot of sword stuff going on. Okay, and when I say that, I mean there's a lot of information out there. This is the information age. we've got technology, we've got the internet, we've got a whole lot of ideas, concepts and beliefs all going around in this melee. And this is kind of like what the Ten of Swords is talking about here. And Spirit's sort of saying, you know, Libra, you have the ability to be selective, to be discerning and to create balance in your life. You know, it's totally up to you. And this is a spiritual awakening, because this is the general direction moving forward. And the extent to which you allow all of this sword energy to infiltrate your consciousness is really up to you. Okay, so it's really like you can create argument about it, or just really have a world that's full of argument and dissonance, or you're actually a sign, Libra, that is, I think you're ruled by Venus, so it's to do with harmony, okay, and balance. Peace, harmony, and balance is, you know, one of the main characteristics that are kind of attached to your sign. And I feel like this is a decision or something that you're wrestling with that has to do with your awakening. It's to do with starting a new cycle, and you're like, do I start the new cycle? Do I not? Or what do I need to do? Yeah, and I feel, let's look at the bottoms of the decks. We'll get some more extra info here. Seven of Pentacles, which is perfect, and this is grounded self-reflection. Okay, earth element, do some self-reflection here, Libra. And, you know, I mean, if this is a fiery person here that's inspiring you, or this is an aspect of you that is passionate about something, about doing things your way, you know, that could be worth looking at, investigating, because you've got here possible outcome is you defending that right for to be your passionate self, to do that thing you want to do. And here you have in your challenge, which is the stuff that, you know, you're probably going to be moving into, and that is stepping into that new passion, whatever that is, signified by the Two of Wands earlier. And here you are honing your skills and being in that energy, okay. The Eight of Swords. Yeah, Libra, this is about setting yourself free from that sword energy, from all of the other energies around you, all of those other ideas. You know, for example, things in the news. I mean, it's not saying we can't keep abreast of things that are going on, but, you know, if you allow a lot of that stuff to overwhelm you, it's you're really going to have to look at setting yourself free from all of that in some way, and use your other aspects of yourself, your emotional, creative self, your spiritual self, okay? Your intuition, which is what you're doing here. Okay, well, this is an underlying theme. So maybe it's about trusting your intuition. Okay. The Sun. So this is about you becoming more confident. Like, you can't get a better energy to remedy the Eight of Swords than the Sun, because this person here is in low confidence, low self, low self-empowerment. Okay. Because they can easily break out of the binds, out of the thorns there. But for whatever reason, they're choosing not to. But here you are, Spirit's reminding you that, you know, you can quite easily break out of that and do your thing here, Libra, right? Could be easier said than done, I get that. But there are means and ways. Okay. And one of them is probably activating your passion and what is going to emotionally fulfill you. King of Cups. This is really nice for Spirit to drop in, because the King of Cups is actually like a counselor energy. So if you do feel at times as though there's a whole lot of stuff coming at you and you needed to make a decision and you don't know how to do that, you know, the King of Cups is very compassionate, a masterful energy of emotional mastery, and usually, well, because it's a king, usually quite experienced in that area of managing emotions and dealing with life challenges, okay? But also, Libra, this is to remind you that you have this ability within you as well. So it could be a nudge for you to hold space for yourself, to just go, well, you know, be your own counsellor for a while. Yeah, if that resonates. Yeah, so I thought we might wrap it up there, Libra. I hope that's been helpful. But I think you're definitely on a new path. This awakening thing here is your general future direction. But keeping in mind that, you know, for you to rely on your intuition moving forward, you know, to create the new world. And I think maybe there's, you know, there could be, your worldview at the moment could be challenged. So this is about you realizing that your world is, your immediate field of experience is, it's up to you more than you realize. You can actually decide what that's going to be like, rather than feeling like you don't have any say in the matter. Okay, so yeah, just popping that in there if that's relevant for someone. Okay, so I think we'll wrap it up there. Look forward to your next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, a fantastic week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.